You alright guys? So here we have, first fish of the day, first cast, £10 11 bullets. Fought quite hard, full mackerel bait, in fact yeah, massive mackerel bait. And yeah, gonna get this baby back to fight another day. What a start, hopefully the day goes on a bit better. Well, what a start, left home this morning at 2 o'clock. Got down to Gav for 3 and we ventured up to have a go for a tope, and hopefully we can get lucky today. I mean, we've got some lovely fresh mackerel, lovely fresh sardine, and we've had the first bullets of the trip. Massive mackerel bait on that one, so hopefully I'm gonna get the sardine bait out now and we can see a tope out. Okay guys, so time to get some baits out. Whole sardine, fresh sardine, about to go out. Pulley rig, 8/0 top hook, bottom hook, J hook, with a 8/0 man extra on the bottom, with a 6/0 circle, Sakuma on the top, wire trace, pulley rig, 6 foot, and 7-ounce lead. We've tried 8 a minute ago when I got that fish on then, but they were massive baits. While the tide's holding off a little bit at the minute, we're going to try and get some baits out there. So here we go. Woohoo! Let's get some tope. Wow, it is warm, very warm. So what I'm actually doing here is popping up I had that one on a pop-up, believe it or not, for the bullets, polystyrene, and then basically wrapping the mackerel around it just to get some extra movement, make it a little bit look a bit more lively like. But last minute session really. We were due a delivery at work that can't make it, so we thought, you know what, we're gonna get out and not waste the day. So we got decided 11 o'clock last night we were gonna go and hit a mark to have a go for a tope. Right, all I can say is it's quite productive at the minute. I'm hoping that's not another bullet. I'm really hoping that's not another bullet, because we don't want bullets all day, and it is boiling. It feels what I would call tope. I'm hoping. It can pull line. It can pull line. So I'll just show you what we're doing here. So, some polystyrene. Okay, so basically all I'm doing is cutting down like that, and then cutting down through the middle just to make the baits a bit more buoyant. Don't think this is used enough. Okay, got a little one there like that. Right, so all I'm going to do now does make a little bit of a mess, but I'm trying doing it over the bag just to sort of like give you the size. So that's a similar size I just had that bullet on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fish one today with mackerel and fish one today with sardine, but I'm basically cutting beyond the head. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the head off. All right, get that head gone. Now you can keep the head for float fishing and bits and pieces like that. We're not, we're chucking them in for a little bit of chum. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know, but we're not using them. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the back end of the fillet of the mackerel, follow the spine all the way along, okay, and just give myself a fillet like that. Okay, perfect. And then what I'm doing now is I'm going to trim down through the mackerel along the spine just to get rid of the spine. Okay, that spine will pull straight out then, just giving you flesh, and at the same time it's taking all the weight down. Exactly the same again, weight stuff in. Whether it makes a difference or not, I don't know, I mean, we don't get loads and loads of Tope here in Devon, but at the same time, it's the southwest, really. North Devon, obviously a lot of people know later on in the year and stuff. But if we can get one here and it's £20, I'll be over the moon. That's my target. If I can get anything bigger, it's a Brucey bonus. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now, you look at that, look, the mackerel. It's going to where I've just gutted it. It's a whole, not very nice, but there's a whole sand deal in there. All right. So what I'm going to do, just so people can see, I'll put in that pop up there, in with the mackerel, down like so, and then basically binding it around like that. Okay. They are quite big baits, but I'm trying to put the bullets off and the conger if we can. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. Okay, like so, right? Then what I'm going to do now, on the back side, I'm going to run my hook. So I'm going to run it down, I'm going to run it outwards like that. So what's the best way to do it here? Yeah, I'm going to run it outwards. It's going. Getting bites again here. I think it's bullets, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for the run. I had to pick it up last time. It was already hooked, I think. I give it a little tug and it was fish on. Okay, so that's there like that. What I'm going to do is go up over the top of this wire a minute, like that. Then I'm going to get the other bit of mackerel, which I'm going to put on, like so. Bring him down over the top, and then bind him over as well. Okay, so you're left with a big old mackerel bait. That's the only way to describe it, really. The water's quite dark at the moment, as I said, because we got here early, so we're trying to take full advantage of it. I mean, we've got a chance of a pollock as well, which is nice. Deep water. Lovely, look at that. There it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that circle hook down through the top. 1, 2, 3. Bring him down through like that. I'm going to bring him out to the other side of the bait. So I'm going to go down like that, bring him outside like that, pull him down tight. Never nice one out. Only thing about this, it does get very mucky, guys. I've got a bite there now, and it's slacking me up slightly, so I'm going to go and investigate. Okay, so we just had a first run. Yeah.
Never ballast.
T1000 in action, boys and girls. Got that block? What is it? Bullets?
Yeah, it's an old one.
Oh! We're quite high up. Trying to bring the line to Gav. Bites the dust. Jesus Christ. Get some water early. Okay, lads and ladies. Oh, those pop-ups are doing the business at the minute. Oh, let's have that. Your pliers? Yeah, you can see that over up. The joys of it. Obviously we're using a hook at both ends, so what we're trying to do is get both hooks out, unharm the fish, and then if I go lovely, lovely, and there it is. Second bullet of the trip. Not going to win any awards with that one. Going to get him back to fight another day. But second fish out. Mwah! Let's see if we can get some more. Just when you're about to bait one up and cast it out, and everyone comes in. As you can see, got my lead back as well, which is always nice. Bottom up. Do you know what I'm enjoying about my fishing at the moment? We're doing different stuff than we normally do, and it sort of takes you back to when you first started, really. You know what I mean? Just like learning different things, learning new things. I mean, once you see you do the same old routine over and over again, you know you're doing exactly the same thing. You sort of like know the tides, you know the conditions, know the times of year, and you're just putting in the hours to get them. But with this at the moment, it's something which I've been really enjoying. I mean, we've been tope fishing in Wales twice, been North Devon probably God knows how many times over the years, with success. But Gav's had a couple of beauties out, and yeah, hopefully this would mean the world to me if we can get one where we are. It really would. So all you got to do at the end of the day is an hours game. You know what I mean? Everybody's at work. Probably have to put a Saturday in to make up, but it's one of them. But yeah, hopefully we can see a few fish out today. I mean, Gav just had a bite then on his right, on his left rod. Tide's pulling around lovely at the minute. It's a long way, 3-mile hike with big luggage on our back. Scraped my arm already, sweating me body off. But yeah, here you go. But yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this other one out in a minute, and then I'm going to come back and bait this one there up. But hopefully, the way things are going, we should be in for an half decent day today, because it's looking like that at the minute, isn't it? So hopefully those bollocks lay off. We can see a few Tope coming in. Okay, here we go again. See if we can get one out. Turn my reel down slightly on this one because it's a very big bait, and what I found last time is you weren't getting really good distances with it. So just putting everything into place. Hopefully this one pops up again, and we can see another, say another fish, hopefully not a bullus, see another Tope. Should be very nice. Right, so 8-ounce lead, home mackerel bait, let's go. Okay, so one on sardine and one on mackerel. Literally smashed to smithereens. And yeah, working well at the minute. Up, hopefully. Cutting that off. It's everywhere. It's only trouble with wire, you're gonna get messy for the day. One of them things. But I hope everybody's enjoyed the productions I've done on the reels and that in the studio. Come along. To be honest, it was nice to see everybody's thoughts on the reels straight away first thing in the morning. I had a chat with Gav about it. Gav mentioned the slosh straight away, and it was whoa, Gav. Did a bite then, mate? Yeah, you did. That rod was lifted. Don't know, but yeah, a lot of people seem to think the classic slosh was the reel of the century. It's a lot of people thought the 525 mag was the one. There was a lot of different reels on there, to be honest. It was nice to get everybody's thoughts and feedback on it. That's what it's all about. But all you can do is express your own opinion at the end of the day, innit? Some really good names to the new channel as well. I like that. Webby's opinion. Tackle on the web, that was another good one I liked. But right, let's get sardine on the go then. Exactly the same again. We will get one of these lovely fresh sardines. There you go, look at that. Absolutely stonking. We'll chuck the rest of the mackerel away. Got some guts there, so I'm not going to kill that. But as I said, we're using pop-ups, so sometimes it can make a difference. Cutting the belly down, just like so. Probably cut it a little bit deeper if I'm honest. Okay, then cut the tail off. Cut that up like that. What we're going to do now, someone's ratchet. I've just had a little tap, I think. I'm sure that was Gav's ratchet. Okay, so That is in there like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically wrap it up like so. I'm going to run the wire down the back side now with the like that, just messy and lovely really. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wire, bring the wire down and come up through the head like so. While the wire's there, embed the hook where we're fishing is quite kelpy, so this will just help the ratchets is going. This will just help pop the bait up visual for the fish. I mean, sharks go off scent as well, which is a good thing because there's lots of scent in that. And then what I'm going to do there now, so I'm just going to trim the top end of it off, bring them down like that, and then you can see that circle at the way that's sat. So what I'm going to do, I think it's my ratchet or gav, one of them's loose. 1, 2, round there like that. Push them down through the bait if we can, like that. Pull the bottom down through, tightening him up, and then you've got a nice hook on the top as well. Okay, horrible mucky hands. Fish on. And we'll see if we can get a fish out. Well folks, so it's quieting down, thank God. Sweating me tits off there a minute ago I was, but the big ones I got as well. But yeah, it's overcast, which is very nice, and yeah, we're just chucking some baits out, see what's what. Lovely tide, lots of tide movement. The pop-ups were really working a minute ago. I mean, you can see the tide's calmed down slightly, but hopefully we can see a fish out today. It'd be nice. Target species would be the one. I mean, it's a time game, isn't it? But put the hours in, you get the rewards. Maybe not this time. If you're not, we'll be back again. But no, there's a couple of seals about. So it's the second one we've seen, and every time we've seen one, it's sort of gone dead for a minute. So hopefully it swims off to another part of the coastline, and they don't affect our fishing for the day. But no, pleasant morning. I'm hoping it stays like this all day. Be nice. It's still warm in t-shirt and that, but I don't really want. Last time we went fishing in the daytime, I got absolutely sunburnt to hell. I forgot the sun cream, burnt nose, burnt lips, and yeah, not very good. But no, sea's lovely, and it's lovely for us to be out on a Wednesday, because we're not normally out on a Wednesday. And yeah, it's probably, obviously I said we'll probably have to put a Saturday in, but it's one of them, isn't it? Makes sense sometimes if you even got to work a weekend, for those who can, just so you can get out on the weekdays, because I mean in the weekdays there's less people around, less chance of people being on marks and stuff. I mean 9 times out of 10 it's a nightmare, because I don't think none of the marks are secret. You know what I mean? Everybody knows, someone knows a mark what another person does, and especially when it comes to the weekend, everybody's up and at work, and people aren't stupid the time of years to go and stuff like that, and it's just whoever gets to the mark first. I mean, we sort of like leave silly early sometimes to get to different places and make sure we're there, and then sometimes like 6 or 7 hours before we have to be there, just to make sure we've got the mark for when we want. Gav, your rod. So Gav's just had a really nice pull down bite, lifted back up and pulled right over again. It's been going that a couple of times. Gav did say a minute ago it could be spider crabs, and it is a good chance it is spider crabs. I mean, it was a different type of mine originally. I wasn't sure what it was because I was getting a few little taps and stuff, and when we saw the bullet, it's all like made sense. But I thought it was going to be an eel. So there you go. Dark depths of where we're fishing. There was a seal there a minute ago. I was trying to get him on camera because he's a friendly little sod he is.
I don't mind them, to be fair. Nothing to do. I don't like the fact they're there because it scares the fish off, but it's he just come right up and started doing a few little swim rolls, and then he went down and he ain't come back up. So I don't know where he's gone. Sure, he'll turn up again. Maybe attacking our bait, so hopefully I don't see him on the end of my bait. The last thing I'm going to do is catch a seal, but you don't get a chance to pick sometimes, do you? So we'll have to see what's what. But yeah, hopefully. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to bring mine in now because we're casting into a reef. The outskirts of a reef. So the last thing we want to do is get snagged. Gav's just lost one now.
So as I just said, Gav's just got pulled up in the reef to the left. I think I'm going to as well. I mean, we sort of knew that it's a bigger tide, and we need 8 ounces to our bottom, so we've been casting as far as we can to one side, and it's been pulling us around. But I think we're gonna expect that, unfortunately. But yeah, see if we can get this one back then. There's 2 of them there, Gav.
Yeah, I know.
2 seconds, guys.
I wanted him to come up then. There he is. Sammy! Know if you can make him out down there. There's the other one, Harry! Harry and Sammy. Trouble is they'll chase us if we start bringing our mackerels in now, and I don't want to be upset. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes and then bring it in, but I think I'm snagged, I can feel it.
Anybody wonder what that woo was? That's seal talk. I don't know. I went into a tackle shop yesterday at South Sea Bait, and we're picking up some bits and pieces and that bait and stuff. And the guy in there, he said he watched the channel. So I've known you that name, mate. If you're watching, nice to meet you. But he said you should do a bit more mucking around on camera. I said, what do you mean? He said, oh, when someone gets a fish on, cut their lines and stuff. I was like, that ain't a good idea. Can you imagine that? Someone stood there next to you and then cutting your line? But no. At the end of the day, guys, the trouble is if we start mucking around and being stupid and stuff like that on camera, you're sort of like targeting a certain audience. Some people find that funny, other people don't. So we try and make it more professional. And yeah, I mean, growing up, we've done that sort of thing. If anybody got caught swearing, they get a jab and stuff. You know what I mean? And we had some funny times in the back of the van. I remember with Eddie Riley, and I swore accidentally, and he jabbed me right in the private parts. And as he done it, he laughed and swore, and I jabbed him right in the face. It was funny, yeah. And then someone else swore, and yeah, it was in the back of the van in South Wales. It kept us warm because it was freezing. But you know what I mean, you get older and sort of like wiser, and at the end of the day, the main thing for us is catching fish. So that's what we're doing. But I'm going to try and bring this in now. Hopefully we don't get this all day long. I can feel it already that it's pulled in. But see how far it goes. But we've got the old faithful black and gold on today. Lost it, boys and girls. I'm gonna have to go up for the break as well. That's not good, is it? We don't want that. We'll have to watch that, won't we? So I've got my gear back, lost my leg. Someone said to me about rods and that. I was talking the other day, put a message on, and they're saying that they only use one rod for everything. Personally, I wouldn't want to use a light rod here. You're up high, all on the tip. I mean, earlier on, we had to pull the fish to the side. I couldn't move it. I didn't want to put that much pressure on the tip, if I'm honest. You're like probably best part of 25, 30 foot up, and you need the right tools for the job at the end of the day. I mean, I wouldn't be using 20-pound line here. I wouldn't be using light lines here, and heavy gear to make sure you're landing the gear and stuff, and rotten bottom all the time. People say I don't like to use rotten bottom because I lose my lead. You're losing money. I mean, you're going to lose a lot more money not using rotten bottom, because instead of doing what I've just done then and getting your gear back, I'm not saying it happens every time, because a lot of the time when you're using wire and stuff, you'll hook up into a rock. Like Gav obviously lost his gear then. 9 times out of 10, that hook is jammed straight against the rock or the reef, and as he's pulling out, he's not going to bend the hook out, is he? So everything on the main pressure of the line is being pull. The only thing what can go is either your rotten bottom or your main line, and unfortunately sometimes you get like that, doesn't it? But same with the rods and stuff. I know I wouldn't want to be using like rods. I wouldn't want to use my T9s down here, the glass tip. You want something with a bit of beef. So there you go. First lead lost for the day. I mean, I don't mind losing the lead because it means we can walk back 3 mile like and down cliffs, which is interesting. Lovely day. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. So for the rock bottom, I've got this old Ultima stuff, F1. I've had it for years, a big spool of it. Did have a problem with it last time, but I'm not sure what was going on with that, but it seems to be alright now. I've never really normally had a problem with it, but all I tend to do is tie it on the lead like so, cut up the tag end. I'll give myself about 8 to 9 inches, right, and then what I do is I just tie a little knot with my finger right at the bottom, and I'll bring that line through so the knot stays at the bottom by the lead, and I'll bring another one exactly the same, just a little bit further up, and then I'll give it another one for a third weak link. Okay, now I wish I'd done something today, because I spoke with Gav, mentioned it last time, is putting link clips onto my trace lines for the wire. So the best thing about that then is, like Gav's sitting there down there now, in a minute he'll be baiting up his baits ready to go, and he just clip it from the swivel, and it's straight on ready to go out. Where, because I don't like to use a clip when I'm for this type of fishing, I like to have it tied off like a heavy power swivel. You see, normally I use a proper pulleys, and unfortunately I don't like that. I like to on this type of fishing. I mean, sometimes you're putting total and most of the ray marks and stuff, you're not fishing total rough ground, are you? You get wear and tear of the pulley working throughout the session, which I'll just change, put a new rig body on it. Local guy doing the pots. I know a lot of people give them grief, guys, but to be honest, probably one of the worst things to do, because 9 times out of 10 you'd be nice and obviously just give them a wave and stuff like that. They'll see what you're doing and that, and they won't get in your way, or they won't put pots in your way. But they can be ignorant at times. I know they can, because we've had some right run-ins with them over the years, but sometimes it's just worth saying hello, innit? Right, so let's get this off. So as you can see, I've got 100-pound shock leader going down to a power swivel there, and then basically I've got a power swivel going down on the end of my other 100-pound. They're both different types of leaders, these, but both 100-pound. The leader itself is the Sakuma. There's an empty spool of it there, 100-pound. Okay, I've got my empty spool, put my rotten bottom on it, and then I've got wire. But that link clip there, like a Gemini swivel link clip, perfect. So you can just clip it on, and then straight back down onto your onto your wire, so each time you just clip, ready to go, you know what I mean? Have them set at certain lengths. So I'm going to basically uncut that now. Good thing about that, when I had a fish earlier on, this foam is not fantastic. It's a lid we're using, if I'm honest, but we couldn't get the normal foam in this size what we wanted. So chuck that in the water. Chuck that in the water. Birds are straight on it. There you go, fighting over it. Right, so we're ready to rock and roll. So next thing, let's get some. I'm feeling a sardine. I don't know what I've done that. I've done a mackerel last time, but I'm going to go sardine again, Boyle. Is there any sardines in there? Actually, isn't there? Okay, I'm not going mackerel. So, head it off first, and then what I'm going to do is gut it. Not gut it, cut it down through the middle, like so. Okay. Once I've got that there, follow the spine down. That gives you first bit of mackerel there. Then, what I tend to do is just cut along the side of the back of the bone, basically. And you can bring that all the way down, give it a little trim at the side there, like that. Get the scissors there now, just cut it. Easier, job done. Chuck my spine in the water. Now for the best part. So I'll just get the bit with the blood and guts in. I'll wrap that straight around here like so. Foam. Lovely. What I'm going to do now, wrap it. People say, what a massive bait. We're not mucking around. They got massive mouths, guys. And I mean massive mouths. I know a lot of people fish the 6-0 circles for them. If I'm honest, I would. I like the look of the 8-0s, but I can see why they use the 6-0s. You pick the smaller fish up at the same time, you? But personally, that's broken now. Sometimes you've got to look at a bait and think, I've got to cast that, and that is what, for me personally, looks way too big to cast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of mackerel just over the bit of the pop-up, get my elastic again, and tie him around like so. Okay, there you go. Now for the good part. So time to put the hooks on. So what I'll do, I'll untag him like so, down there like that, and then I'm going to put that in there like that. Whee! Loads of bait elastic everywhere, which I don't want. So if I get that, what I'll do is just double him over a minute just to get this on in place. Okay, that's all like so. Bring that wire up, tuck that into the bait, bring him around like that. pull out to the side. Job done. That's a rather stinky one. Ooh, slick ladder. It's everywhere, all over my hands. We bought 3 kitchen towels today, or tea towels today, just to make sure we could clean our hands, because it was rather messy last time. Right, let's get this casted out.
Can't be my luck.
Sweet. Bring it in. Right, I'm going to cast this one out and then get this other one baited up. Okay then. Just met a fellow angler. He's come down on the rocks for fishing to do a bit of lure fishing. It's we're going to start slamming some baits out now, and hopefully we can get something out. So 8-ounce lead, whole mackerel bait, send out to the horizon now hopefully. That's settled. Well, we've done a little YouTube live for half hour. For those of you who haven't seen it, get on and have a look. To be honest, you're watching this, so you don't really need to. But no, Gav had a nice bite and took him into the reef, and then managed to get it back out. But I'm not sure what it was, to be fair. Mine's similar. I got a smashing bite and then just stripped. It's probably spider crabs. I think mine was, I'm not sure. I think whatever it was, let go of Gav's, because it looked, he had a lot of weight on there as he was pulling it to the start. But the tide waits for no man. We're giving it a go. It's a waiting game, just a waiting game. But yeah, hopefully in the next hour or so we can produce another fish and keep you all entertained. Let's get a nice bite then. For God's sake, I'll tell you what, I nearly swore then, guys. You know what? Like an idiot, there's a nice little seat there. I've been sitting, I've been baiting up there, and I've sat on it by accidentally. I've got some shorts when I get in the car later on, but I went to stand then and it's made the bottom of my shoes really slippy. Couple of nice pull downs. just want a couple of screaming reels. It's not a lot to ask for, is it? It's a couple of screaming reels. And we're going to get a nice steak, a couple of nice cold beers, sit and talk about it for the next 6 hours. Right, so I've just done like a smashy bite now.
I think it's Tope, that's fair.
Quite aggressive. Huh? Hopefully not. How weird. I think he's on the underside one though. So
Yeah, how quick it's moving and tight though.
reckon that was Neil.
Yeah.
Lovely. Not. Right, back to the drawing board. To bait up another. Get some of this weed off the rocks, because nothing worse than having that under your feet wet. Good depth of water there today. I'm going to get this one all set up now, and then get it casted out, and hopefully we can see someone in. Okay, so set these up. 8-ounce lead, whole sardine with a bit of foam in it, and got some room to lever it out to the right a little bit now. So it's unclipped. Have to clip him back up. The joy of a splashdown, guys, especially using big baits like that, it just clips in. But I'm a big fan of the imp, and as long as your bait don't outweigh it, you can get it casted. It will work. So let's get one out there now. I use quite a longish drop just to take an. You're never going to smash them far. 100 yards, 80, 100 yards. Letting them drop. It just dropped there now. And yeah, away you go. Away you go. There you go. Lovely. Get a few bites here. weird bites, isn't it? Like weird bites. Weed. That's what it is. Lots of horrible weed here at the minute. Let's try and get this one back then. Smashed. Proper smashed. So that's telling me that bait's not on the bottom. So that pop-up isn't big enough. So big pop-up.
Well, maybe the tide. The tide's running that hard as you're pushing it down.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you'd think it'd be going like that. Funneling. It could be one of two things, but that pop-up there is one thing nothing, is it? That off there, isn't it? Huh? Alright, back to the drawing board, let's go. Well, we missed that one for the camera, unfortunately. The Gav's line went around to the left, some weed on, so we were just mucking around with it. And I must have had a bite in between. So we started reeling it in and had a bullus, not massive, 6 or 7 pound, nowhere near the size of the other two. But yeah, in for a good day, hopefully. It's killed my trace. It's a nightmare at the moment because we've got to wait for the tide. So anything we land, we've got to go down for. But, take that ratchet off. As you can see, it is absolutely, well and truly killed my trace. So I'm not going to muck around with that. I'm going to cut that out when I get home. I'm going to put a new rig on and hopefully we can start to see it. The tide's laid off a lot now, and to be honest, I was hoping it'd be a bit more productive than it is over high water, but it's gone quite slow. So we'll have to see over the low water, fish it, and see how we get on depending on how long we're going to stay for tonight. I mean, we've both got work tomorrow. The idea was to do high, low, high. At the moment it's quite, I don't know what to say. I mean, the pop-up baits are coming back intact every time. I had a bullus on one this morning, on two of them to be fair. But that one there I just had there on just plain bait, no pop-up at all. So while the tide's not moving, I might put a few pop-ups on and yeah, see if we can get a fish out. But back to changing rigs, boys and girls, back to changing rigs, but I'll leave it on. Way. So this is what I've been doing. So as you can see, that it says Tope rigs and shark rigs. Okay, so I've got traces in there going from £90 to £200 traces on different rigs, and depending on what I'm targeting and stuff. But mostly it's obviously with the Tope sort of stuff. I'm using £90. What are we going to go for here? What are we going to go for? So I'm going to go for this one here. The circles are nailing it every time, I've got to be honest. You can't strike with the circles, you've got to just let them do their thing. But all of those fish so far circled right up, which is always nice to see. Let's get this all set up, and hopefully we can do the business here today. It would be nice. I'm not feeling it at the minute. Gav did suggest earlier on saying about a different location. I think, to be fair, we should have probably gone for it, but we both thought, not the last night about it, we've realised it on the mark today. So at the end of the day, it's one of them, and those reels could go screaming off any time. It's just a case of when and where, hopefully. And the only way you find out is to be in it, but to win it. You know what I mean? In it to win it. So, my rock bottom rig, and then I can put that on there. Do you know what? I wasn't going to say nothing, but I am going to say something. Over the years, gone to loads of different marks and stuff. 9 times out of 10, anglers get along, they're polite, you know what I mean? They do their bits and pieces. We come down here today, we got up 2 o'clock this morning, obviously travelled, and we got down onto the mark for 5 AM. Okay, about 7:30, 7:45, some guy turns up on a push bike, parked his push bike up, come down, was friendly enough at first, and then within an hour turned into an absolute you know what, just absolute ignorant, is the only way to describe the guy. I mean, we've been fishing in the same location. Obviously, we got tide hammering through, so we're baiting up to, casting out to the right, and they're coming around, pulling us around to the left. And he wants to try and fish where we're fishing, and he's shouting and shouting when we're bringing reels in. So I said to the guy, "What's your issue?" And he just like shook his head and wouldn't say nothing. So I asked him a couple of times, wouldn't reply. There's just been an absolute, I'm not going to swear, guys, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, if I come down to a mark and there's people on here fishing, do you know what I'd do? I'd either go to a different location if I couldn't fish where I wanted to fish, or I would mix in. I would go to the left or to the right. Now, 9 times out of 10, I've had people come down to me before and say, "Is it alright if I squeeze in, Boyle?" I remember me and Lee Treeby was down on Mothercombe one day, and someone come down. There was enough room, and they said, "Yeah, jump in, mate." He said, "I'm only fishing 1 rod." I said, "Yeah, jump in, mate, don't worry, just split it up between us." And that's all it takes. A little bit of courtesy, a little bit of talking. And 9 times out of 10, I've done it on a mark. So, "Alright, jump in here, boys." "Yeah, no worries." You know what I mean? And that's all that happens. Sometimes you even share the tripods. I mean, if his goes a little bit left or right, you muck the tripods around and that. You get to meet a few new faces and stuff. That's fishing. No need for it at all. Just complete and utter, you know what? I won't swear. But it actually annoyed me. There's no need for it. At the end of the day, everybody wants to get a line in the water. He's got a lure rod. Yeah, I get he wants to move around and stuff like that, but unfortunately, if you've got 4 rods out, you're not going to be able to lure fish there, are you? You know, I mean, it's common sense. And I think it upset him a little bit. I thought, I want to get there, I mean, there was a few mackerel bubbling in front. So, but to be fair, if he had looked up and said, "Boys, do you mind if I chuck a lure out there quickly for a couple of minutes just to get a couple of fresh mackerel?" We'd have been fine. We'd even like move the rods to the side or whatever. But when he acts like that, there's no need for it. I sound like a right moody old git, don't I, in my old age? But it's true, it's annoying. Boats I've had it with over the years as well. Don't get me started, Right, let me get some bait up, and away we go. Might have a bite. A little bit bouncy there. Yeah. And that pull over now, don't you? That pull over. Tide now. There you go. It's a bit more fierce. Never bullish, I reckon. Take it all up. Take it all up. So have a look then, shall we? Whatever it is. Not what we want. Look how dark it is though. How dark. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, conger eel. Took it right down. Took a big bait really, but open coast ones get really, really dark. And yeah, unfortunately he's about 50 pounds too small. So I'm going to try and get him on hook now, and then we'll get him back to fight another day. But yeah, another one out. Hopefully, I don't think it's going to happen today if I'm honest, but we'll have a few fish out. Good day's fishing, and we'll win some, we'll lose some. We'll have to get back again next time, eh? But we've still got a few hours yet. Okay folks, so unfortunately that's the end of our session. It's just about to hammer it down with rain in the next hour, so we're planning on getting out of here before it starts. But it don't feel like it's going to happen today. I know it could always be that one cast, but to be honest, I don't fancy getting wet. I haven't brought no wet weather gear, so that's our trip. But that's a midweek adventure from Sea Angle Adventures. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel for latest updates and stuff, and we look forward to keep catching you all in another adventure. Tight lines.